James Whale laid to rest as Nigel Farage and Eamonn Holmes joined family to pay respects. The funeral of radio star James Whale was held in Maidstone, Kent, as figures from the worlds of entertainment and politics gathered to pay their final respects today. Broadcasting personality James Whale was laid to rest on Monday afternoon following his death at the age of 74 after a long battle with cancer. His career in broadcasting spanned 6 decades, and his funeral in Maidstone, Kent, was attended by numerous family members and well-known figures. Among those paying their respects was GB News host Eamonn Holmes, dressed in a classic black suit and tie with a white shirt. He was seen in his mobility chair on the grounds of the medieval St. Nicholas Church, wearing black aviator sunglasses. Other notable attendees included Bros singer Matt Goss, TalkTV host Jeremy Kyle, and comedian Bobby Davro. Reform UK leader Nigel Farage opted for a dark navy suit and was photographed arriving at the service alongside presenter Lizzie Cundy, who wore a black dress, matching hat and large sunglasses. The funeral was also attended by actor Christopher Biggins and soul singer Lee John from the group Imagination, The Express reports. Nearly 200 mourners filled St. Nicholas's Church in Bowden Malherbe, near Wales Kent home, with attendees even spilling into the churchyard. James was laid to rest in a woven wool coffin, carried into the striking Grade 2 listed church to When Will I Be Famous by Bros. Later, singer Matt Goss performed in the wee small hours and unforgettable for those gathered. Readings were delivered by Braveheart actor James Cosmo and MP Tom Tugendhat. After the service, James's family and late wife Nadine Lamont Brown welcomed attendees to his favorite local pub to continue honoring the beloved presenter. Speaking from the heart about her late husband, Nadine said, "I first met James 7 years ago, and although our time together was short, it was truly wonderful despite his illness, and it is a testament to the fact that it is possible to find true, deep love late in life. We laughed together a lot, cried, shared our hopes and fears, and he instantly became my best friend, even though he could be annoying at times." She continued, "James was a man who stirred emotions, controversial, diplomatic, but authentic. He said what he felt. He never made a fuss, even towards the end. I am so proud to be his wife." A grieving Nadine also revealed that James would be laid to rest in the same suit he wore when he was awarded his MBE. She concluded her heartfelt tribute by saying, "There will never be a day when I don't miss him, but look forward to the day when we see each other again." James's brother, Keith, an Anglican vicar who officiated the service, addressed the mourners, saying, "He lived to broadcast. It energized him. When he went to work he looked so much better." He spoke movingly about how his older brother left school with just 1 CSE in religious studies due to dyslexia, yet demonstrated remarkable intelligence despite being let down by the education system. Keith said, "His dyslexia was never recognized when he was young. He was word blind and stupid, so he left school at 15 to get a job. And from that he became an MBE and changed the face of the work he did. His professional impact was enormous." Other family members, including James's 2 sons, Peter and James Jr., also paid their respects with a touching tribute. Following the service, the veteran journalist was carried from the church through an arch of boughs and laid to rest in an English churchyard under an English sky, fulfilling his final wish. As his coffin was lowered, an archer released 3 whistling arrows in a moving tribute. Known for his good humor and stoicism, James documented his battles with illness in the pages of The Express and through his popular podcast, Tales of the Whales, with Nadine, his second wife whom he married in October 2021. He penned a final, posthumous column for the Daily Express opening with the line, "If you're reading this then I'm dead." Readers compared it to Spike Milligan's famous headstone inscription, "I told you I was ill." In it, he wrote movingly, "There's a quiet spot near some trees where I hope people will come and visit me. It's a tiny church." When Nadine rang, the warder told her, "He'd better be quick, it's filling up fast." But what a privilege being buried in England. Under an English sky and, yes, with English rain. Trade union boss hits back at Eamonn Holmes after being put on the spot, "You can't ask me that." He firmly established boundaries regarding the Labour Party question, emphasizing that the TUC maintains no formal affiliation with the political party. The GB News host did not hold back as he directly questioned the union leader, "Who would you like to see replacing Angela Rayner?" Mr. Novak immediately pushed back against the inquiry, declaring, "Eamonn, you can't ask me a question like that." He firmly established boundaries regarding the Labour Party question, emphasizing that the TUC maintains no formal affiliation with the political party. Mr. Novak said, "Eamonn, you can't ask me a question like that. The Labour Party, we're not affiliated to the Labour Party, and that decision is for Labour Party members and Labour unions. But let me be clear, whoever it is, I want them to show very clearly that they're on the side of working people in this country. That means delivering the Employment Rights Bill, and it also means supporting measures in the budget coming up in November that will put money in the pockets of working people and ask those with broader shoulders to pay a fair share. The conversation pivoted when Ellie Costello also grilled the leader on the topic of the industrial action disrupting London's transport network. Ellie said, "Can I ask you very briefly, we're almost out of time, about the tube strike in London this week, which is causing chaos and disruption across the capital and will also be very difficult for bars and restaurants. Are you supportive of TfL's action this week?" He responded, "Of course I support the workers exercising their democratic right to take strike action. I think the last thing anybody wants, including those workers, is industrial action on the underground. Those workers lose pay after all. I think what's really important now is that TfL get around the table with the unions and reach a fair settlement. That would be good for the workers, good for Londoners, and good for business as well. But absolutely, those workers have my full support when they make the difficult decision to take strike action." Members of the Rail, Maritime and Transport Union (RMT) who walked out last night will continue striking until Thursday. Tube services are all but halted as different RMT branches walk out on different days. The Bakerloo, Central, Circle, District, Hammersmith and City, Jubilee, Metropolitan, Northern, Piccadilly, Victoria, and Waterloo and City lines have all been suspended. Eamonn Holmes spotted looking frail, taking almost 10 minutes to get into car outside Selfridges in London. Eamonn Holmes has been pictured outside a luxury store looking frail and taking almost 10 minutes to get into a car. Frail looking Eamonn Holmes was spotted taking almost 10 minutes to get into a car on Friday, September 5. The 65 was captured on camera getting into the vehicle behind the Selfridges store in London. Photos of the veteran Irish broadcaster dressed in a blue cardigan, being aided into his car by another man while using a walking aid. One onlooker witnessed Eamonn getting into the car waiting for him at the upmarket shop. They said, "He looked very old and frail and needed help walking. It took Eamonn about 10 minutes to get into the car with assistance." Eamonn presented ITV daytime program This Morning alongside his wife Ruth Langsford, from 2006 to 2021. In December 2021 it was announced that Holmes was joining GB News, where he began presenting its new breakfast show alongside Isabel Webster from the 4th of January 2022. Speaking about the move, Eamonn said, "Our breakfast show probably has declared independence from the rest of the channel, and Isabel and I do it the way we do it, as journalists. We have a relaxed approach and try to bend the rules when we can. GB News has been very welcoming, it's nice to be appreciated." Ruth and Eamonn announced their divorce after 14 years of marriage in May 2024. Eamonn has since been in a relationship with 43-year-old councillor Katie Alexander. The images follow news of Eamonn's planned live show tour Things We Like being cancelled, reportedly due to poor ticket sales. He was due to kick off dates on a road trip on March 11, but the shows were called off. At the time, a spokesperson for the TV presenter said, Eamonn was really looking forward to the show. He loves interacting with the public and meeting fans. But ticket sales just weren't there, The Sun reported. It's been a tough time for him personally, and this is another disappointment to deal with. Announced in December last year, the Things We Like tour was set to get underway in Radlett, Hertfordshire, with tickets on sale for £40. Fans would have had the chance to meet and greet Eamonn and GB News sports reporter Paul Coit, with Holmes saying on Instagram at the time, "Coming your way soon and in theaters around the country. Maybe the perfect last-minute Christmas gift." Eamonn continues to battle health issues, recently asking fans to pray for him. He is suffering with a severe back problem which sees him rely on wheelchairs and walking aids, last month posting on Instagram about his struggles following back surgery in 2022 following a slipped disc. Since the surgery, the 65-year-old has not been able to walk unaided and often relies on a walking frame or wheelchair, admitting the harsh reality that he may never be able to walk unaided again. He told followers he continues to suffer a great deal of pain and that it may always be the case, writing, "Even when the sun shines there's pain. Sometimes I feel I'll never beat this disc immobility, but I'm determined to have a life. So pray for me, help me or get out of the way, social media haters."